Hi, in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a background template with a logo in Wifibooth. Before we get into that though, let's go over and go to my photo albums here and show you all the different possibilities with templates in Wifibooth. Wifibooth has more templates than pretty much any other iPad app I know of. You can do the portrait orientation with one picture. Oops, let me go back here with one picture here, or you can do it with one picture landscape mode. You can do 2 pictures portrait or 2 pictures landscape, and the same thing, 3 pictures portrait, 4 pictures landscape, 4 pictures portrait, 5 pictures landscape, 6 pictures portrait, and then there's a 3-picture one that way. In addition, you can also do 3-up double strips, like this one right here is in portrait orientation. You can do the same thing in landscape orientation. So you basically have 7 different templates that you can do landscape, plus 7 different ones you can do portrait orientation, plus you can add a logo, which makes the layout totally different 7 different times. So you have about 21 different variations of templates. I'm going to show you how to do a template layout that looks kind of like this one right here. This one was an overlay I created in a program called Canva, which is a free website, canva.com. But in this demo, I'm just going to use Photoshop Mix, M-I-X, because it's a little bit easier to make the logo in it. So this logo right here is done with a solid background, which is pink. And you notice I have a blue overall background for my canvas. The two really don't go together, and because you have that issue of maybe the logo background and the template background not matching up perfectly, what I really recommend is not to do a logo with a pink background, but to always have the background be transparent. And that's what I'm going to show you in this demonstration. So what we're going to do is go over the terminology first. So this is a picture I took off a photobooth website. It shows you how the graphics go together. You have a background image, which is the blue one in the very back. You have your photobooth images in the middle, and then you have an overlay image which can go on top. In this demonstration tutorial, I'm not going to talk about the overlay image. We're only going to work with a background image and the logo image. Now this graphic doesn't show a logo image, but it's basically the same thing as the header or the footer image. Okay, you can put the logo at the top, you can put the logo at the bottom in Wifibooth, or you can actually put it in any one of the places of the 4 pictures. So if you want it where the 3rd picture is, you could do that, or where the 4th picture is. Wherever you want to put it, you pretty much can in this program. So let's go ahead and go to Wifibooth. And let's click on the settings wheel in the very upper right-hand corner. So there's 3 tabs you have to worry about in order to get the perfect template. First is the Taking Photos tab, and you have to choose the number of photos. For this example, like I told you before, we're going to do 3 photos. The next thing we have to go under Layout and Collages. So under Layout and Collages, you want to choose the right orientation. I'm going to do Landscape. If you're using Wifibooth with an external camera, you probably are going to be using Landscape most of the time, because most cameras have the mounting hole on the bottom, which automatically makes the camera in landscape format. However, you can use something like, let me go over here. Let me go to Amazon.com. You can use like a Canon 100mm tripod ring. If you want to mount your camera vertical, you can buy one of these things for about 10-15 bucks. They make them in plastic and metal. I would get the metal ones that cost $5 more because they're a lot better made. And they come in different diameters. The one that works the best with a Canon 18 to 55mm lens, which is what a lot of photobooth users use, is the 100mm f2.8, which is not the diameter of the ring, it's the size of the lens that goes in there. It's going to be confusing, but I would recommend that as a hardware product if you want to do your pictures vertical. So, getting back to the template making here, under Layout and Collages, we have the landscape orientation chosen. I have a background preloaded here, and I have a border color of gold pre-chosen at the very, very bottom. I would just leave the collage borders, or collage borders, at the default of 2%, and the photo borders default of 1%. The last thing you have to do is under branding, you have to add a logo to the collage. So I already made this logo in Photoshop Mix. I'm going to show you how to make that in a second. And when we do that, and we hit close here, And then we hit gallery over here, you can see the preview of what this is going to look like. So now that we know what this is going to look like, let me show you how this was actually made. I'm going to go exit out of Wifibooth right now. I'm going to click on Photoshop Mix and show you this template that it created. And I'm going to start all over from the beginning. I'm going to click on the plus sign over here. I'm going to do custom canvas. For Wifibooth, I'm just going to call this logo as a file name. The width needs to be 900. The height needs to be 600 for all your logo files. That's because that's what it says in their instructions. So just remember that. And this is your blank canvas right here. I'm going to click on the plus sign right here and add an image first. And I'm going to choose this gold banner. Well, where did I get that gold banner? I went to a website over here called pngtree.com. I typed in gold ribbon and it came up with this file, and I clicked the download PNG button and you can get that download right there. I also downloaded a background, which I'm going to use a little bit later. And this is the background right here. If you go back to the main website, it's called Pixabay, P-I-X-A-B-A-Y. Again, this is another free graphic design website. I just downloaded this onto my iPad, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So going back over to the free Photoshop Mix app, I have this banner right here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and click plus again and add another image. I'm going to add the gold banner again. I'm going to take my 2 fingers and rotate it. Okay, you notice that when you move this around, there's a little white line that sometimes shows up as the vertical. That means you have it perfectly centered. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I want the top one to be bigger than the bottom one. So let's do that. And then center it. And then click on the bottom one, make it a little bit smaller, like so. And then click on the plus sign in the right-hand side and click on text this time. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to click on format, and I'm going to choose the color, which is going to be black, and you would change that to whatever you wanted to say. Okay, but this is too big, so we're going to go under size and make it a little bit smaller. And then over here, you're going to add, you have to click on the check circle box in the lower right-hand corner to fix that layer, okay? You're going to add another text layer by clicking on the plus sign and then drag it over here. You click on the format in the bottom center, which is right there, and the color is going to be black again. And the font you could change to whatever you want, Times New Roman, something scripty. And then the size we're going to make a little bit smaller because it's just going to be the date of the event, which is going to be 12.2040. This person booked way ahead, okay? So there we have our banner right there. We're going to click OK right there. And then we're going to click in the very upper right-hand corner where you have the box with the up arrow, and then save this to our camera roll. Okay, so we saved that there. So let's go over to our camera roll. So this was the real design I made before I started recording, and this is just a sample I showed you for kicks and giggles on how it's going to look, okay? So let's go back to Wifibooth. We're going to go under the settings thing here. We're going to go under branding, and we're going to choose add logo to collage. We're going to click on change, and we're going to choose the one that I just made. Looks the same, the text is different. Okay, so that's that. And then the logo position is going to be in picture number 4, okay? So there's going to be 3 pictures, and then in the 4th picture place, it's going to be this logo instead. You could also choose top or bottom. If you want to see what that looks like, I believe the gallery will show you an updated. So if you choose top, it totally changes the way this template looks. I'm going to hit cancel and go back and click on the branding and choose in collage 4, hit close, and look how the template looks now. It looks a lot better. This is the way I wanted it to look. So just be aware, depending on where you place the logo, it will dynamically resize the images. It might totally change the look of your template. So make sure you choose the right location for that. So now that we have this the way we want it, we're going to go ahead and click on Take More Photos, the pink button here, and do a sample image here. Okay, I have this set to a really short countdown, 1 second. So it's going to take these pictures pretty quickly. I'm just using the iPad camera for simplicity for this tutorial. Okay, that looks great. I'm going to print it. I don't have my printer hooked up, so it's not going to actually print. It'll probably give me an error message here. But this is what the collage looks like, and it only took probably 10 minutes to make. Yep. So hopefully this was informative. Again, those websites that I used were Pixabay for the background and PNG Tree for the ribbon. They're great websites. I recommend you go there every day, download a few graphics, and that way when you're ready, when you have an event, you're ready to use them. Thanks for watching.